Good morning. It's Nancy Mace. And yesterday I posted a picture of a Texas Longhorn to my Facebook page, and it kind of just blew up on me. And I was really excited to let people know that John Lopez, who is the artist on that Longhorn, is actually from my hometown of Lemon, South Dakota. And I've got him on the phone. Hey, John.
Hey, good to talk to you.
Nice to talk with you. I first saw a piece of your artwork in Hill City, South Dakota, on the main street. We were walking around doing some wine tasting and stuff, and I saw this horse, and I just was like, oh my gosh, I love this. My husband and I fell in love with it. And I can't remember. It's outside of is it an art studio there?
Yeah, Dakota Nature. It's an art gallery, and then it's kind of kitty corner across the street from the Alpine Inn. It's kind of the most famous place to eat in the Black Hills.
Oh, it's wonderful. I love, my family now lives in Rapid City and around, I have a sister in Sturgis and another one in Piedmont. So I go up there all the time to visit, and one of the things we do every time I go up there is stop in Hill City.
Yeah, I have quite a few installations in the Black Hills. There's a good handful of pieces there, so I just had a calendar printed this year, a 2014 calendar, and it has a map on the back that it shows the piece in Hill City, and then there's a couple pieces in Rapid. So,
oh, awesome! I'll have to get a copy of that.
Go on a scavenger hunt or something. They just look at the back of the calendar, and
yeah, what a great idea! That would be fun. Now I know you also did one for my alma mater, Lemon High School. You did the mascot, and I guess that's out front of the high school now.
Yeah, that was the Bring Back the Pride kind of a project that the high school wanted to do some new landscaping there, and they commissioned me to do this sculpture of a cow bronc rider. That's their mascot.
Uh-huh.
And I have a couple other pieces in Lemon too, and those pieces are all on that map too. So it kind of takes you up to Faith, because I have a T-Rex and a cowboy in Faith.
Oh, cool.
And then you come up to Lemon, and there's the Grand River Museum up here that my sister and her husband started. And there's a cowboy riding a triceratops in front of that museum.
Oh, cute.
And then that's where my studio and I work is in Lemon. So,
well, I haven't been back to Lemon in, since 2007. I'm not going to tell you what I went there for, because then I'd age myself. But I still have family there and a lot of really good friends that still live there. In fact, Lakita Shockley, do you know her?
I do. She writes for the Dakota Herald.
Exactly.
She runs the Dakota Herald.
Yeah, she is oh my God. Can I tell you stories about her, John? But that will have to be off air. Yeah.
Okay.
But now, so your art it's called assemblage, I guess, is the technical term for it. But your art is assembled with found objects. So tell us a little bit about how you got into it.
Well, I used to go to sculpture show down in Loveland, Colorado, and I was doing my bronze sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
And I would sell my bronze sculptures down there to art collectors or whatever, and I saw this sculpture of a cow or a bull or something made out of junk, and there was a gal that did some horses, so I was so fascinated with that. So as the years went by, I always kind of had that in the back of my head and never had an opportunity to really, or the right welder, or enough scrap iron to really do anything. And so then my Aunt Effie died in a unexpected car accident,
I'm sorry.
in an accident. And so I moved down to the ranch down where her husband was living and lived with him after that, and we built her cemetery out of some pipe that they had. And I wanted to make some really cool details for the cemetery, because she told me before she died that she did not want to be buried on the ranch. And so they went ahead and went against her wishes and did it anyway. So I thought, well, I just want to make this cemetery the coolest thing. And I started making these little things for the gate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, it just, bam, I was off and totally making stuff out of scrap iron. And he had piles and piles of junk, and I'm like, could I use this? And he's like, yeah, sure, I don't care.
You know what? You need to come to the Mace place and take all that you want.
Yeah, that's what I hear a lot of that at this Black Hill Stock Show. The ladies will come up and say, oh, honey, you could come clean our place up anytime. And the men are like, yeah, well, bring your checkbook, because that's my treasure pile.
Well, and my husband says the same thing. He goes, oh, yeah, we could sell this and make some money. And I'm like, It's not making any money, just lying here.
Yep. So there's like a treasure trove of just, pile after pile of homesteaders and, scrap iron all over this country. So it's kind of serendipitous that I was born here and that I can come back here and do my art because I have this just great supply of scrap iron from farmers and ranchers and friends, and they all
and they're probably
give me bits and pieces.
And I'm sure the wives are happy that you're carting it off.
That's right. My Aunt Effie was always trying to clean that place up, and Gino was always dragging in some old piece of machinery, and she'd get mad and try to get him to move it out of the way. So I wish she could have seen the pieces that I'm doing now. Maybe she can see them. But,
she can. She can.
That's kind of where it started.
That's amazing. Well, John, your artwork is amazing. I love the horse. I would love to be able to see the Texas Longhorn in real life. The horse at Hill City, you could stare at that thing for forever and find some of the most amazing little pieces, like the little shocks and the little wrenches and stuff like that you've incorporated in the horse.
Well, I'll tell you a little bit about this Longhorn and the reason I made it. I went down to Austin, Texas, and everybody kept saying, you need to go to Austin because your art would do so well down there because it's kind of got this artsy, it's a different kind of a twist to everything down there.
Yes.
So I built this Longhorn to kind of fit in the Austin area. It's got a guitar in it and a violin. And
I see that.
Like the music scene. And then it's got a bust of Sam Houston and a little model of the Alamo and a cowboy boot with a spur. And so it just has all these different things that you can go around and that represent Texas or Austin. So my plan is to take it down there and try to find a home for it.
It's really funny because already on my Facebook page, I told you I posted your finished product on my Facebook page, and I've had somebody go, "How much is it? How much is it?" And I said, "Probably more than I can afford. He could probably afford it, but probably not me." So we'll have to talk about that. But do you have any sculptures in the state of Oklahoma at all?
I don't think I do.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you go down to Austin, you need to stop by Oklahoma, look me up, and I will take you to this, some amazing stuff. Now, we had a welder that did the same type of sculpturing that you did, or that you do, but we lost him 2 years ago, and he has got some amazing sculptures in the area. It's called Medicine Park, Oklahoma. And you would love it there, and I know that they would love you.
It sounds awesome. I'd love to see it.
Yeah. So it's really interesting, John. Where can somebody get a hold of the calendar that you were talking about?
Well, you can go to my blog. It's John Lopez Studio, or just Google John Lopez Studio, and my blog will come up.
Okay.
And it's on there. You can click away through PayPal or something and order one there. And then I have kind of a book, too. The book is older, but it tells the story about Effie and Gino and the ranch where I started. But it doesn't have pictures of a lot of my new stuff. I need to come up with another book. But anyway, yeah, click around on the internet and you find my blog or my website.
Yeah, I'm on there now. It is johnlopezstudio.com, and then you can click on the blog, and there's very interesting. I love the I guess it's a plow horse?
Yes.
Yeah, and then you've got a
Blackhawk,
Frisian,
right.
too. The Frisian is absolutely gorgeous. That one, I just went, when I saw that. That one's really pretty.
Yeah, I've had a couple different clients from New Hampshire in the last 4 years, and I've driven 4 different pieces out there and
wow.
every year now for the past 4 years, so it's been kind of crazy.
It's beautiful. Oh, my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Well, John, it's been a real pleasure talking to you, and you really do need to come down and see us sometime. Maybe on your way back from Austin, you can stop by and see us. And again, guys, it's johnlopezstudio.com. You can also get to him on my Facebook page. It's Nancy Mace on the radio. But, John, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. Keep up the great work, and honestly, if you need some scrap iron, stop by my house anytime.
Okay. Thank you for the call.
You bet.
Good talking to you.
You too, John.